All right, self-talk. So we talk about something in leadership all the time, the importance of modeling. So how do you model self-talk? Well, it's not as mystical as it might sound. At first glance, it's like, well, how do I tell someone how to think? How do I use my self-talk to model self-talk? What happens? It's more of like sort of a downstream effect. So if a coach or a leader is working on their own self-talk, well, eventually that's going to come out. So that's your language. The language that you use around the people you lead is going to start to ingrain within them and become their self-talk. That's going to become their self-talk to some degree, and I'll explain how this works, and you'll see the same thing. It starts to come out of them through language as well. So important to listen to one's own self-talk as a leader, important to listen to the language that people are using to name the challenges and environments that they might be experiencing. So here's a quick example. Everyone talks about growth mindset. A lot of people talk about accountability and owning results, and in the ownership of those results, making thoughtful, conscious decisions to progress forward in a way that aligns with whatever the aim might be. Okay, if you as a coach on the sideline see a referee make a bad call and you pull your headphones off and throw them to the ground, and you're talking about the referee in the post game and all the bad calls that were made, well, that language is going to start to imprint on the self-talk of the people you are leading. It's nearly unavoidable. If you have any impact as a leader, the language you use will start to implant in the people that you are leading. That's how it works. And then what you find is, maybe in this exact case, a lack of accountability, because it wasn't my fault that I ran the wrong way on a play in the fourth quarter, or I picked an inappropriate weight to, because I was trying to be a tough guy in the weight room, picked the wrong weight. Instead of owning my misstep, I begin pointing. And if I begin pointing, then I also tell my story to peers. Maybe it's on the bus ride home, maybe it's at the dinner table at night or in the lunchroom the next day, that, yeah, we lost, but the referees were brutal. Okay? And obviously that would start to stem out into the self-talk and shared understanding of a team or a community. So it's under the surface, it's under the hood, and some people who are very strategic and very interested in results miss how impactful this sort of impact might be. So the recommendation here is that a coach or a leader starts to gain control, notice, name, navigate, and gain control of their own self-talk. Make sure that the way they talk and behave is modeling what they would want to see in the people they lead, because it's happening. That impact loop is definitely happening. Okay? And of course, you might be able to see this, and maybe you've caught in some version of it, but your self-talk impacts your language. Your language impacts the self-talk of the people on your team, which impacts the way that they talk about their experience, continues to funnel out into the community, whether it's the team or the extended community. You hear it. This is starting to impact your self-talk as well. Everyone's so negative around me all of a sudden. Well, maybe it wasn't all of a sudden. Maybe it was sort of a built and modeled idea. It's definitely worth paying attention to, easier said than done, but modeling language and self-talk is essential.